Good night of Shabbos. This week's Parshas, Parshas Vayechi. Parshas Vayechi is the last Parsha in Sefer Bereshis, where we wind down the story of the Avos and takes us into Sefer Shemais, which is the story of the creation of Klal Yisrael. So the transition between the Avos being firmly established as our Avos and the nation becoming a nation is in this week's Parsha. And the focal point of this week's Parsha is Yaakov giving the brachas to his 12 sons. And I think it's very interesting, and I'm just going to point out a couple things that I found very interesting, and we could learn good lessons from the Birchas Yaakov, from the blessings that Yaakov gave to his 12 sons. If you look at them, if you look at the brachas, they're not all the same. They're not equal. Yaakov doesn't just tell his sons, this is on his deathbed. He doesn't just say, I love you, good luck, and follow the word of Hashem. He could have just said that to all of his sons, gather them together and tell them a nice message, but he didn't. He called each one individually, and he didn't say the same thing to everyone. Some of the brachas are lengthy, some of them are very short, some of them are harsh, some of them are softer. They're completely different, and I think that teaches us such an amazing lesson that we have to carry, and that is that kids are different from each other. That's not every kid is the same. Every kid is different. Yaakov Avinu realized this. He had 12 kids, and they all got different type of attention, and they all got spoken to in a manner that Yaakov felt can bring out each one's potential in the best possible way. And I think that that's a lesson that we should have for our children. That's number one. Number two is we see that through the Birchas Yaakov, again, the same theme, that they're all different. Yaakov Avinu didn't gather all his children to say, he knew what was going on. He knew that this was going to be the foundation of the nation of Klal Yisrael, of the Jewish people. He knew that. He knew that these 12 sons, the Shiftei Ka, were going to form, with all their unique talents and abilities, they were going to form Klal Yisrael. And he didn't call them and say, hey, listen, you all have to sit and learn 18 hours a day, or you all have to, go do X, Y, and Z. No, each person has his own job. There's a Yisachar, there's also a Zavulun. Some people are going to learn, some people are going to support those learning. There's a Reuven, who's a Bechar, but didn't reach his full potential. That happens sometimes. That's okay, but you're still Bechari Ata. You're still my Bechar. Shimon Valevi, there's going to be people who get along better with other people, but you're all Klal Yisrael, and that's how we are. We are a nation. We're all different. We're not all the same. We're all different. We all have unique personalities, and we all have our unique talents. And what makes us Klal Yisrael is that we all come together. He gathered all of them. He told them all separate things because he realized everyone's separate talents. And that's what we have to do. We may be different from one another, but we're all together and we're all the same. And that's what makes us such a beautiful nation. Have a wonderful Shabbos.